Hello guys. So this is a bit unusual for us, but basically, on the day that this episode goes up, that is the 10th anniversary of Smash Team Games.
Woo! Oh, it's clapping.
Yeah.
I'm about faster than you.
So
Okay, once.
So basically, yeah, we're doing we're gonna be doing a retrospective of basically like our time on the show. Like the way this is gonna work is I'm basically gonna like go over like kind of like the history and like important various things that happened throughout the time that we've worked on the show, and these two are gonna chime in their comments. And then, you know, like maybe afterwards I'll like ask a few questions like that me and these two will answer. So yeah, that's how we're gonna do this. So basically, yeah, starting Smash Team Games, it all started with one little thing, and that's called Earthbound. So basically, I had delved deep into the like Tomatoes Legends of Localization page on Mother 2, and like I'm reading about all the changes, and I'm like, you know what, shit, you know, I wish that some of those changes weren't made so that it was more like the Japanese version. And then I found like a patch that attempted to be like an uncut patch of Mother 2. Now, I don't think it's as good of a patch as like Maternal Bound, which we played later on, but you know, this was what we had at the time. I was interested, and like, you know, there aren't really any videos of this on YouTube either. Why don't I do like a thing about this? Like, and this was actually like my second time of thinking of doing this, because I actually tried doing a Mega Man 2 Let's Play once that I only made one episode of, and instead of commentary, it was just like me using like Windows Movie Maker text. It was kind of pointless, and it's lost to the tides of time now. So but anyway, yeah, I decided to do that, and I did it. I did the first episode, and I was getting ready to do the second one, but then my YouTube account got hit by a copyright strike. Not like a claim, like a strike. So I actually got locked out of doing videos longer than 15 minutes because of this. And I'm like,
15 minutes?
Yeah, YouTube used to have a like a limit. Like it, but even before then, it was 10 minutes. Then they changed to 15.
I thought you meant you couldn't log into your account for 15 minutes.
No. Basically, because of that copyright strike, I couldn't upload anything that was longer than 15 minutes.
Okay, gotcha.
So basically my response was, you know, what if I want to do more of these? So let's make a channel that is dedicated specifically to Let's Plays. So I did that, and it was like so fucking early in the morning. Like, we're talking like midnight on New Year's Day. And the reason it, like most people had gone to sleep at this point, so I was actually keeping my voice down while recording the commentary for part 2 because of this. And I had also re-uploaded part 1 to the new channel on that day as well. Basically just did all this. You could probably tell by watching it, but I wouldn't recommend watching it because it's garbage. Anyway,
Gotta start somewhere.
Yeah, and it wasn't a very good start. I did not know that Let's Play channels needed to have consistent schedules at that time, so I just like updated it whenever I felt like it. 4 episodes come, and I'm like thinking like, okay, yeah, it's time to start working on the 4th episode. And wouldn't you know it, Gabe was coming to stay the night that night.
Yes.
So I'm like, hey, let's do this with Gabe. And basically, I talked with Gabe, and we're doing it. I remember, actually, like, when we first did it, like, this was around the time that Gabe's voice was only just starting to drop, because I was wondering, like, I was, like, thinking, like, oh, God, I hope Gabe doesn't sound like a fucking kid in this. And then I went over the files, and, like, oh, no, his voice has already dropped enough. Cool. Because, like, okay, so it was 2012, so I was 15 at the time, so you were, like, what, 12?
Yes.
Yeah.
You sounded like a man from an early age.
Not true.
Yeah. So yeah, we did that, and you know, I felt it came out better than the rest, but I mostly still kept solo for this playthrough and the few other playthroughs I did. In addition to that Earthbound Uncut, I did a playthrough of Sonic 1, a playthrough of the original Metroid with the God mode password on because I didn't actually know how to properly play the game, and also a playthrough of Touhou 6. That all of these, well, no, 2 of those have been lost to the tides of time, but the Actually, I still have the commentary files to like half of the Touhou 6 playthrough. But I don't have the video files. I could have gotten them back when I had the opportunity to get them back, but then when I deleted the initial like Raw's YouTube channel, I forgot to download them when I was deleting it. So they're just gone now.
Rest in pepperoni.
Which is so like fuck me. I might upload those like separately, like as just the audio files one of these days, but it'd be pretty hollow, and also they're just not very good. So, you know. Anyway, throughout that, like, another person who joined me was this guy named Corey, who I haven't actually spoken to since the last time he was on the show.
Oh.
I can't remember the circumstances, but he had to leave my town, and we just kind of, like, completely fell out of touch, and I don't have any means of contacting him anymore.
Yeah, because I've never met him.
You didn't meet him. I don't know if you would have gotten along with him, to be honest. But that's beside the point. Anyway, so it took like a goddamn year and a half to finish the Mother 2 one, but we finally did it.
Yes.
And around this point, like, it was becoming more like around near the end, Gabe was appearing more often because like he was like at first, like, we were just, like, getting him over more often, but it was kind of a pain to, like, because, like, you know, Gabe's still a kid, and he doesn't live in the same town as me, so it's, like, it was hard for him to even you know, come to, so, like, we couldn't do it often. And, like, eventually, after that, like, so I had to find a solution because I wanted to keep Gabe on there because, like, when I'm when I'm talking to him as opposed to like monologuing to it by myself, like it was just coming out a lot better that way. Just because, like, I wouldn't have called it jokey yet because we were just kind of like winging it the whole time. But
some playful bants, some bands, or
Gabe certainly didn't talk like that yet.
I did not. No.
Whatever the slang was back in those days.
I don't think Gabe was too slang heavy back then either.
No, I was a fucking loser.
Yeah, you kind of were, actually. No offense.
Yeah. No, I mean, fact.
I didn't know you, so I can't weigh in on it.
So, okay. So, basically, we then turned to what the best option was at the time. Skype. Bum, bum, bum.
Yeah.
Oh my god, so I get a Skype account, he gets a Skype account, we start doing this over Skype, and I download this program called MP3 Skype Recorder so that we can record both of our voices at the same time. Now, I don't know if it was a safe program, but I sure as hell know it wasn't a good program.
I mean, like, it got the job done, but it sure wasn't ideal, and I'm so glad we're not using it
I didn't
anymore.
even check to see if it was, like, actually safe or not, I just downloaded it. No, well, now nothing horrible happened to my computer, so...
Yeah, and you're still here to tell the tale, so clearly it wasn't that evil.
Well, actually, no, my laptop did, like, start chugging, but I feel like that was due to unrelated circumstances. I was just completely irresponsible with that laptop. So, yeah, we finished that up, and we finished up the Touhou 6 playthrough as well, and I decided to take a break. I decided, like, we were going to take a break from this so that I could work on another project that I wanted to work to. That was the 8th episode of the original Super Mario 64 version of Smash the Oni. And that 8th episode, like, yeah, like, the idea was that, like, I wasn't going to, like, get back to, like, Let's Playing until that was done. And I think it's worth noting that episode did come out, but it came out last year, a year and a half ago. And it was to finish the project, just like to send it off, because that was when my Smash the Only channel turned 10 years old.
Yeah.
Obviously, I started Smash Let's Plays back up. Unrelated. That's right. It was called Smash Let's Plays back then too. I had changed the name later on. So basically, in this time, like, we take, like, this is like a 2.5 year hiatus, and actually most of that time is spent, like, getting ready to, like, prepare to actually do a consistent upload schedule. But at the same time, I also needed to learn how to use like a capture device, because at first I was just like using fraps to record games off of emulators, but I wanted to do it the more traditional way, and I got that figured out. And so I record Sonic 2. I record Sonic 2, and then later Sonic CD and Sonic 3. But by this time, like, I had mentioned Corey, who I had mentioned before, who at the time I thought was going to be like the third main guy. Like, this was the time that I had lost. By this time, I had lost touch with him. So I'm like, I need someone else. And I'm like, who's someone I know who could actually make this really enjoyable? Will. Mm-hmm. So I contact Will, and I say, hey, we're doing this. You want to join us? He's like, and he says, but I have played a Sonic game before, when and where. But like the way he phrases it makes it sound like made me read it, so he said haven't, and I got confused about it. And when I pressed him on it, his only response was, I have a disorder.
Will is a pretty consistent personality over the years. I love him.
So yeah, I had Will join us, and you know, it was pretty good. Will had already met Gabe before at this point. Yeah, so we did that. We did that, and I remember during the very last part of Sonic 2, Will said, "Guys, we're horrible at commentary." Which, to be fair, at that time we were. So
was that before I had joined?
Yeah, you were not in the Sonic 2
because I don't think I remember doing that.
I know you watched it because you watched it with me, but that was... Anyway, so then I started getting ready to do Pokemon Yellow. Like, the idea was like Sonic, Pokemon Yellow, Mario, and they were all going to go up side by side. I remember somebody else suggested I do Pokemon Yellow first because... And I want to specify, I'm not going through every single commentary we did. I'm just going through the notable ones here.
Oh my gosh, that would take us forever. It'd just be a list.
Yeah.
10 minutes long.
But, 10 minutes, more like 10 hours.
Yeah.
We're saying them letter by letter.
Yeah. So
we're spelling them all out.
I think it was somebody else who suggested I record Pokemon Yellow before recording Mario. Big fucking mistake that was, because holy shit. Okay, so here's the thing. At this point, the laptop I was using had slowed to a crawl. So I had recorded the footage for Pokemon Yellow. And editing. So because my computer was so slow, it would take hours for videos to render when I had finished editing them, which meant that I had time to edit 3 videos a day, which is why I didn't put a lot of effort into the editing, because I didn't have the patience for that shit. Mm-hmm. So, and Pokemon Yellow is still to this very day our longest commentary ever. It has more parts than any other playthrough we've done. So, like, add that into the perspective as well. 62 parts. Yes. Later 63, because we did legendary hunting, but it took a very long time to get that ready. So, like, we had recorded the Sonic stuff in March and April of 2014. And Pokemon Yellow had finished editing at the end of August. Mm-hmm. And this, actually slightly before this, is where Carrie entered the picture.
Ta-da! Slightly reluctantly at first, I must admit, but this really started to grow on me.
Yeah, so, like, basically, like, a couple weeks after we uploaded the last episode of that Touhou 6 playthrough at what I call Season 1 before the big hiatus, I went to an anime convention, and I met Carrie.
It was 2013.
Yeah, 2013. Yeah, I went to an anime convention, and I met Carrie. She was dressed as my favorite commentator. She was dressed as my... She was
Next time on Smash Team Games, we have Yuki Nagato on the channel.
Yeah, she was dressed as my favorite fictional character, Yuki Nagato, and I'm like, holy shit, you're a Yuki fan. I'm a Yuki fan, and then, like... And then we became friends after that.
Yep.
And then I'm like, hey, do you want to do... And the reason I think it's worth noting, the reason I asked Carrie if she wanted to do this is because since she was at an anime convention, I thought she was more... Like, I thought she was like a veteran to various geeking stuff.
Nope, not at all. I had no idea about almost any of that. I just love dressing up.
And, but, so, like, I asked... I asked if she wanted to do it, and then she said, yeah, no, I'll have to pass. And then, like, 3 months later, she's like, actually, no, I think I want to do it.
I want to see what this video game is you speak of.
At the time, I remember you specifically thinking it was, like, something that we'd be doing once over, like, a single video and not make it, like, a huge commitment thing.
Yeah. Which was good, because I probably wouldn't have asked if I knew the commitment, but I'm glad I did.
And I think it's funny, because you were, like, very explicitly saying that you were, like, a guest for that, and then just, like, you just ended up as a main commentator.
I think it's just part of my personality. If I'm not sure about something, I like to test the waters. And there wasn't
even really like an official like point. Like it just kind of happened without us really paying mind to it.
Yeah, it just kept going.
It's not like Gabe was just kind of along for the ride for like multiple projects that I had been working on at that point. So
Sure.
He kind of got on there easily. Yeah, so we did Pokemon Yellow, which actually took us a fucking year to record, I should point out, because, again, it's the number of parts, the fact that we were not able to do them consistently, weekly yet, and also, just, like, the process was slower than I was expecting, because at first, the big thing about this is, when we did the Sonic stuff, like, before Carrie joined, we just plowed through the whole thing in a couple of days.
Yes, sir.
But we had to be mindful of like Pokemon and everything else afterward was slower because we gotta be mindful to Carrie, who was not able to handle going on for that long.
Well, and I was both in school full time and working at that time, so
yeah.
Needless to say, free time was not a luxury at that point in my life.
Full honesty, though, I think like committing to the shorter weekly recording session format has been better for all of us.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of glad that happened. I feel like we probably would have gotten burnt out much faster.
Oh yeah.
I can't help but notice that every single person in this Discord server is online right now.
Why aren't they all here, losers?
Yeah.
They're too busy shitsing.
Anyway, that's distracting. Like we're just kind of distracting ourselves. Gabe thinks funny things are funny.
That's true.
Anyway, we recorded Mario, and so at this point, we were supposed to get ready to upload, but the art assets weren't done yet. I had asked Fabian, who's been on here a couple times, to like do some art assets for us, and he said he'd do it, and he just wasn't able to get around to it. Like it was we had done like a whole 2 more marathons at this point, Mega Man and Kirby, and it just wasn't ready. So then Carrie elected to do the art assets herself. And we used those for a good while, actually. The ones that Carrie drew.
I'm glad to have them replace them. Because I remember Evan asked me to do an anime style. And I'm like, I literally do not draw anime. I draw realistic. I'm like, okay, let's compromise and try some cartoon. I'm like, oh, this is terrible. So I'm glad that we got some new art.
Yeah, I
could probably do something better now, but I'm not a digital artist.
You had something cool going before I commissioned Little Miss Nerdy for the current art that we have too.
One day I might do them before I die someday. So
on your deathbed.
Maybe within like the next 60 years, I'll get them to you.
On your deathbed.
I still have those sketches.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, Carrie got the art, and Fabian actually did draw our logo, I should point out.
Yeah, Fabian has some nice art.
And yeah, he did later draw art for us, which was used for the Versus stuff.
Mm-hmm. I like those a lot.
But most notably, he drew our logo. Which I am still pleased with how it looks to this very day. Yeah, basically that's like the getting that. Oh, and then in the middle of the Kirby marathon, I had finally we had done a couple of re-recordings at this point. Like we had to redo Sonic 3 because of some technical difficulties, and I'm kind of glad we did because the do-over was way better than the initial run. Also, Carrie was along for that, and she wasn't along for the initial run, so that's the other thing.
Yeah.
It's also true, and I punched my mic so fucking hard.
Wow.
Oh my gosh, is it in orbit?
Yeah.
How are we hearing you?
I sent myself into space to get it.
Wait, how are you talking if you're in space? Space is a vacuum, so you can't vibrate the air molecules and therefore send communication to us via the.
It may be a
vibrator.
vacuum, but I don't feel any cleaner.
Oh my god, what was I gonna say?
Anyway, sorry.
Sonic 3.
Right.
Carrie was along for the ride.
So we had done that stuff, and in the middle of the Kirby marathon, mostly because of like various stuff, I had finally gotten fed up with MP3 Skype recorder. Like I was losing my fucking mind with how sometimes it just flat out wouldn't save the audio files, and we'd have to do do-overs.
Yeah, it was terrible.
And then Will said, "Why aren't you using OBS?" So I download OBS, and things like not only does the final thing actually like, not only does it fucking work, but the audio quality came out better. And then like one playthrough after that, we switched from Skype to Discord, and the sound, I mean, it gets a little shakier first, but then it gets much, much better. I think we all remember, like, Gabe aside, Gabe having to use phone Discord aside, like, all of us agreed that Discord would just fucking worked better than Skype did.
Yeah, I mean, and hey, we're still with it to this day. So.
Yeah, we are still with it to this day.
Thanks, Discord.
Thanks, Discord.
Thanks.
This video was not brought to you by Discord, but you totally can sponsor us if you want, because we want your money.
Time passed. We got better equipment for various things. Our commentary started very much improved. I'd say around the Mother 3 commentaries where we start being what I'd call good.
Yeah. Well, I feel like we really can get solid into our dynamic of the four of us, you, me, Gabe, and Will.
Yeah, like there's some good stuff before that, but like
Three
is where it starts getting consistent. And also like the better equipment helps for that. Like eventually, I was recording things with the Dazzle for so long, but then I finally got like that upscaler so that I can record things with my hot plug. And honestly, I should have upgraded from a hot plug to an Elgato years ago, but I'm still putting it off because those things cost money.
Oh my goodness.
But that's not the discussion for now. Time went by, and we started working on the second Mario Marathon, and probably the biggest hurdle of our commentating careers came to play. Super Mario RPG. A playthrough we had to start and stop recording numerous times because, like, Will and Gabe's schedules just kept conflicting with each other. And
I love that college and working life.
I think it's funny because, like, if Gabe was working the job that he's working now, this probably wouldn't have been an issue.
I know Gabe and I have standard office schedules now. It's you with the retail schedule.
But, like, eventually it got to the point where Will just didn't have time to, like, dedicate any day to recording. And ultimately he chose to leave Smash Team Games, and we miss him, and he misses us. He misses us, and quite frankly, I hope he can actually come back one of these days, but that's up to him, not us. Huh?
We're the dream team.
Yeah, we've got a real dynamic going here. That I feel like, honestly, like, I feel like we did lose something from losing Will. Like, I mean, aside from, like, Will's, like, witty banter and whatnot, I feel like one of the most important things we lost is the dynamic between him and Gabe.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, like, Gabe's person, like, there was, like, jokingly, obviously, but, like, kind of had this energy of, like, a one-sided rivalry. And I just, like... You can see this in particular, like when we played Mario Kart 8.
That was a fun commentary.
That was something else.
That was a fun.
That was a real fun one. It's probably some Mario Party stuff as well. Anyway, like we tried to. I remember we tried to get Nolan, Admiral Hairdo, voice of Goldsword, on here, but he did not have the schedule to do this consistently, so he didn't get to. So it didn't stick, and I don't know. I guess I just decided that sticking with the three of us was probably the better option. Mm-hmm. Especially since, like, at first I was hesitant about it because I felt like our commentary wasn't really doing it without Will to hold us together, but we've definitely improved enough where I don't have that concern anymore.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I definitely feel like with the three of us, I really have to be more on top of things. I have to be more focused.
But at the same time, Carrie learned how to be funny, so I'm sorry, that was rude. That was rude.
No, it's true, though. It's true. That's why Will's not here. I just absorbed some of his humor.
She did it. That's her. It's Carrie, the funny absorber.
I mean, like, only a tiny fraction of it. Just a little sip, just a wee bit.
Yeah, I think, like, that's... So that, like, basically brings us to today. Now, before I ask some questions, I'm gonna, like, basically, let's have the two of you, like, give us, like, give the audience, like, your own perspective, because this was all from my perspective right here. So I want to hear your guys' perspective a bit more. Mm-hmm. So
I gave a little bit of mine. So Gabe, you wanna go ahead?
Sure. So I mean, like Evan said, I mean, Evan and I were young when we met, and I mean,
you were young.
I was a frequent.
It was a fetus.
Gabe is fucking 3 years younger than me.
Yeah,
I was not a fetus.
Gabe wasn't even
Carrie.
born yet.
That's not true, Carrie. But I was a frequenter, and you know, my mom was very supportive of my social outings, so I was a frequenter of visiting people's houses. And spending the night. I could just be like, "Hey, I'm gonna spend the night." She'd be like, "All right, cool. don't be a bad kid." And I was like, sick. And that's actually how most of my.
All right, cool. Don't bring back any more used crutches.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much. She's just like, fuck, dude. She's just like, all right, just be good to Evan's mom, and you know, don't fuck around and blah blah blah. And I was like, all right, cool. But then I'd fuck around, but I wouldn't be bad to your mom. So that's all that mattered.
You would be bad to my dad though, but that's just because he's sensitive to loud noises.
That's just, dude. Look, that's just a passive debuff he has. Is that he doesn't like loud noises, and I am loud, as we mentioned.
Yeah, you're loud, and when you're loud, I'm loud. That's the other problem.
Yes, we are. Together, we are a giant wind turbine, and that sucks. Loud brothers, super loud brothers. Instead of jumping on Goombas, we just yell at them and just collapse. That aside, so I was a frequenter of going over to people's houses, and I go over to Evan's house a lot. And like he said, he was just like one day he was like, "Hey," and the thing is, our setup at the time was, it was under the loft bed. Remember, we'd like all fucking huddle around the one mic, and do you remember that?
Yes. And that mic was garbage too. That was a horrible mic.
That mic would sometimes like change the pitch of our voices and just do
when
weird
a mic
things.
Is a mic?
Yes, Carrie. I know when a mic is a mic, and that one was not a mic. Because it just like changed the pitch of our voices, or sometimes it get really quiet and sometimes just cut out. And it was very, very odd. But yes,
not to mention the way I at the time, like, what did not help is the way I approached making it so you could hear our voices over the game audio was not lower the game audio but raise the voice volume, so we were just regularly peaking.
Yep. So that's pretty funny.
It's kind of funny because Gabe and I have I wouldn't call them studio tier mics, but they're passable. They're
nice,
passable for like actual like voice projects. You know, they're Yetis, so they're not going to be the best thing out there. But you know, they're effective. And Carrie's mic is better than it has any right to be.
Yeah.
I Bose, you guys. I gotta tell you.
I had a pair of Bose headphones in high school. I know how good they are.
They're insane. I got them as a gift several years ago, and they're still going strong.
Nice.
It's just like an earbud set with a little built-in mic.
Yeah.
Yeah. And but anyway, and obviously I was a part of Smash Team Games when I was fucking started like late middle school.
Oh,
and
shit.
And have run.
I just wanted to, because I forgot to bring this up.
Go ahead.
In the middle of Season 2's production, like during that time when we were trying to get the art assets ready, I renamed the channel from Smash Let's Plays to Smash Team Games because at that time I really just started to hate the word Let's Play.
Fair enough.
And also, a bit later, we changed from Raws on YouTube to Google Drive.
Yeah, that was because of the COPPA bullshit that actually didn't go anywhere.
Yep, but oh well. Cope with these nuts, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But so this is like late middle school. I'm starting to transition to high school. Getting busier and fucking rehearsals for theater and stuff is yada yada. But like aside from. Fuck, I don't know. I mean, Smash Team Games is just such a constant that like, whenever like I think back, like I always usually my memories with Evan usually fall into game club, or going over to his house and playing games, or and doing a funny. This is just a side rabbit trail side tangent, but I remember. So this is when we were all like casual gamers, and none of us knew about what DI was, directional influence, and we were playing Smash, and this is when Evan's brother Daniel was playing with us.
We were playing
Smash.
Project M.
Yeah,
which we had additional stages added, and like we were on Sector Z. I remember.
Yeah,
because I'm pretty sure this is the story. I think it is, right? Infinite jab block him. So Sheik has a rapid jab that's pretty good, and I get fucking poor Daniel. I get that poor bastard in the corner, in like the little like I guess I don't know. It's like the takeoff bay, the back of the Gray Fox. The House of Pain.
The House of Pain, yeah. And again, obviously, if it were now, he could just hold up on the controller and he'd float out and have to stop. But
yeah,
at the time, obviously we're just casual gamers, fucking whatever. And this poor dude was just fucking stuck there, and I was just holding A, and he was just getting and the move was stale as hell. But God, dude, poor dude was like 112, 116, 100. Oh, he was just getting jabbed, and he just limited to the controller and left. But like memories like those of me just going over to his place for the day or spending the night when we were just fucking around, are pretty fun. And but Smash Team Games, like Evan said, we started with Skype, and that was a whole funny Skype. And then when we moved to Discord, I'm skipping over some stuff. But when we moved to Discord, like Evan said, at the time I didn't really have my own personal laptop or anything really, and I had to settle with phone Discord.
Yeah, because you only had a Windows XP that couldn't download Discord.
Yes, sir. So my XP was fucking hot garbo, and oh well. Yeah, rest in peace to that. I miss the XP layout a lot. But
honestly, yeah, XP was pretty cool.
That aside, phone Discord was whatever. And then I got the laptop, which I used for summer school, and then I just kind of said, "All right, cool, this is mine now." And I downloaded Discord, and it was a lot faster back then too, and it was nice. And had having a lot of fun doing our recordings, and I canceled a lot last minute, and I pushed dates back a lot, and my old job fucking love to troll me.
Oh my God! I feel like I was getting more upset about that than you were.
I was on your behalf. I mean, I for one was not upset at you, and I don't get the sense Evan was either.
I wasn't upset at you. I was upset. I was upset on your behalf.
No.
For sure.
I became so like nihilistically indifferent to it that I was just like, oh well, tough. It's not like anything I say is gonna do anything about it. Just fucking, well, whatever. And so fucking thank God when I left that shitter show, I lost out on a lot of money, but I acquired a consistent schedule. So doing Smash Team Games is less stressful because I don't have to worry about fucking waking up Sunday and be like, all right, are they going to call me in today?
Yeah.
Because I know I don't have work. And plus because of that, I'm not, putting Evan off or not putting Carrie off, or at the time I wasn't putting Will off. But because of that conflicting schedule, he had to leave. So it sucks that he's gone now. But at the same time, he's learning about speaking, so good for him. Poor guy needed it from all his shitty opinions.
By the way, I just wanted to say, he is absolutely going to be on the Pokemon Emerald playthrough. We have discussed this.
Oh,
good. When we get to that, because that's not the time we're doing that isn't set in stone yet. So
that's fine. I fuck with Emerald Hikey anyway. Where was I going? I was wrapping up. Right. So when I left the shitty old job and I got a new job, it's great and stuff is good now. And Smashing Games is a lot of fun. And I said this to Carrie when I was driving her in the Bustovich incident, but
the Bustovich incident of 2021.
This is when I was taking you back, and obviously through this I met Carrie, and I was like, oh, hi, and then I met you at Evan's Eagle Scout promotion, and I was like, yeah. Hi, and I mean obviously. I don't know if you could tell back then, but I'm even, like when it comes to meeting new people, like I'm pretty good. I'm like a good socializer, but I'm still like I kind of climb up. So I was like,
"Will you climb up?"
I know, and then like you were a teenager at the time, and I'm 5 years older than you, so I can imagine.
I thought you were my fucking age because you're so short. No offense.
Carrie looked like she was 14 when she was 18.
That's what I mean. Yeah. It's like it's like I met you and I was like, oh, she's like my age.
Nope.
You were not.
I could be your mom.
No.
You'd be a very young mom.
I adopted you.
Oh, damn, that's tough on you. And but I explained this to her, like obviously I met her and I'd known Carrie for not as long as Evan, because through Evan I met you, but same with Will. But through that, I guess, time, like I was like, Carrie had always just been like an entity to me in the sense of like, here she is, I hear her voice, I see her on Discord, I see it's there she is, it's the picture of it's a Peggy with the nun outfit on, but at the time it was Haruhi with the Pocky or whatever.
She was using a pen to look like a mustache.
A pen, right.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, there she's a you're talking. But it wasn't really until the Kirby's Return to Dreamland, the trip, that I really was like, oh, cool. I now know who Carrie is. Like, got to know her. And I'm glad we actually did that.
What surprised you about me?
You're a fucking goon, bro. Like you're like beating me up with the fucking bat, and you're like fucking roughhousing on the low, and I'm like, damn, Carrie's a scrapper. What is this? So
okay. To be fair, if you give anyone an inflatable club, they are going to go hog wild with it.
That's true. But aside from that too, it's just like Carrie was also like very Carrie. Ooh, bars. Like obviously I know she's like responsible. Like when she was there, she was like, I mean, we call her the mom, but she was very
Carrie's
much
absolutely the most responsible out of all of us.
I created our cleaning schedule.
You did, and it was pretty fucking dope. And then you were like, here's also your weird like fucking food shit. It's like I'm eating my fucking seed yogurt. Look at how I make it. It looks like
chia pudding, Gabe.
Chia pudding. Sorry, it's like, look at this. It looks like goat skin. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
You're so lucky I didn't break out my can of oysters.
I would have fucking gobbled those up. I love oysters. But
I did. I was on the beach, dude. I got oysters.
I would have eaten the whole can. But yeah, that actually trip was probably like my. Damn, I want to say like probably my favorite Smash Team game memory, even though it's really recent, because like it was a good time, and it was fun, and it was full of witty banter, and I did pretty good at that throwing star game in Kirby's Return to Dreamland, and
which didn't get on recording.
That's fine. All I know is that I fucking hard farmed everyone.
Yeah, because you've played it more than any of us.
Damn right I did.
I'd never even played a video game before then.
That's
Carrie's gonna get her. Dude, oh man, I'm driving to fucking. But yeah, I mean, Smash Games has been like just always like a constant in my life since I was a wee guy. when I was not even a big boy, I was still like a
large lad.
I was still like a
Medium dude.
lad of considerable mass, but I wasn't a big guy, a big boy. Even though right now I'm a schnoz blower. But yeah, a lot's changed in the time. My humor has changed, and it's fucking garbage. And
it was before you were a big boy. You were a Baltos fan at the time.
I was a Baltos fan at the time, and yeah, man. But you know, Smashing Games is sick, and I enjoy being here, and it's fun. And I feel old because everyone's like 10 years, and I was like, oh fucking, are you kidding?
Honestly, at this point, it's been so long that like Smash Team Games just kind of feels like a fact of life at this point.
Right, and I mean, honestly, for me, I know I never did it for the views, anyways, and I still don't like it. It's just so fun. I love doing this with you guys, and I don't care if we have like 2 views or all of a sudden we get like 2 billion the next day. I mean,
2 billion. Whoa.
All of them.
Everybody's watched Give It Once.
All 2 billion are going to be that one friend of Carrie's.
Yep.
Wow, he's gonna have to borrow a lot of devices in order to do that.
Or buy a lot of bots.
It's funny because like what he did, he created a whole bunch of like fake accounts and like kept posting comments on the same video about how Carrie sounded like she was like forced to record against her will.
I might have that saved. If you guys want, I could pull it up and read some of the comments.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it's on the video. We'll do that off recording though.
Yeah. Which video was that?
It's one of the Sonic Mania parts.
Was it one of the Sonic Mania ones? Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
I have a huge list of some of my favorites.
It's cool. It's yeah, it's cool and good and nice and cool. Know what I mean?
All right.
Oh, here's what he says. Fun drinking game. Every time Carrie sounds tired or annoyed, take a shot. He sounds as enthusiastic about this as someone who was held at gunpoint and forced to play E.T. on the Atari. Holy shit.
Jesus.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Anyway, let's move on. Time for some perspective monologuing from Carrie.
Oh yeah, sure. I'm terrible at monologuing. I have nothing to say. I've never spoken a language in my life.
Yes, I'm done. I'm wrapped up.
So, as I mentioned earlier when Evan was giving his perspective, I did feel kind of hesitant when I started this. I mean, just because I think partially that's my personality. Especially with big commitments and during that time in my life when I was both working and going to school, I was like, oh gosh, I don't know if I can do another thing. I'm not a gamer. I don't know anything about this. What could I possibly have to offer?
You also barely knew me, and our conversations amounted to private messages on DeviantArt at the time.
Right, which is insane. I mean, the story of us becoming friends in and of itself is insane because it's hard. I'm not the type of person to become friends with people easily, just because I like to keep to myself, and I don't know. I don't open up very easily, but I felt like Evan and I just had a really good friendship right from the beginning, and I'm glad that this was something I decided to do, and I feel like it's become more than just a fun few hours per week, and that I've actually, gained some really neat friends through this. I mean, we've been to Japan, Evan, me, and Will. I mean, I really wish Gabe could have come with us, and
I think that was also because of his job.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I'll never forgive my boss for telling me that I couldn't get that time off.
That was like a whole 10 months in advance, too.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Oh, well.
It would have been so great to have you, but it was still such a good time. And I'm glad we could do the beach, too. See, it's just become more than a few hours per week on the computer. And I think that is so special. Kind of like Gabe said, for him, it's been a big constant through many changes and develops in my life, spanning from late teenagehood to settling into adulthood as I am now. I feel like I've become a lot more comfortable overall in just expressing myself on recording. I think I started out hardly saying anything, kind of watching, trying to figure out what's going on, occasionally asking questions, what's this, what's that, to actually making jokes. Like Evan said, I became somewhat funny. I don't think he said somewhat, but I would add some somewhat qualifier in that too. Creating my patented crazy attempts at providing logical explanation for things that make absolutely no sense in a fantasy world. To actual technical improvements too. So I think I started out. I didn't even have a pair of earbuds or headphones with actual microphones on them. I was using my laptop built-in microphone, super crappy quality, and now I have these lovely Bose earbuds that have lasted me quite a few years.
This video is sponsored by Bose.
We want your money too, Bose. Discord, you can give us your money. Bose, you can give us your money too.
So I remember because when we were still using shitty headsets, we kept having this running gag where we spoke directly into the mic.
Oh, I love that.
And Carrie, you were getting upset because you couldn't do it.
I have no idea where the microphone is on my computer. Is it
wait, now, naturally, we can't do that anymore because actually, I think Carrie can, but the rest of us can't because. Wait, what?
She do the thing.
Yeah, Carrie can, but Gabe and our mics are too premium. It would probably come out like ear-shatteringly loud if we did.
Yeah. Well, I'm basically just eating the little built-in microphone.
Well, that's what I was doing with my headset too. So.
It sounded like you guys were astronauts in space. It was really funny. So,
of course, Gabe doesn't need to talk directly into the microphone. He has his filter bullshit.
Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, you can continue.
I remember when I loved how you used your voice filter during the Hamtaro Ham Heartbreak playthrough for the that cleaning robot. That was really funny.
Thank you.
Yeah, I just can't believe it's been so long. I miss Will. I would love to hang in there until we can have him back for ourselves again. I mean, truly the dream team. I recommend...
Steal him back.
Yes, I recommend any of our commentaries with the four of us to anybody who may be so lucky enough to still be watching at this point. And if you are, a #1 fan status.
All right. I want to if I'd like to add another thing, Carrie, tell us about the time, tell us about the time that you actually got around to recording the Hamtaro games, especially Heartbreak, but you can do the other two as well.
What do you want to know about it?
Like your experiences of actually taking control of a project for a change, since it's always been me otherwise.
It was really cool. So Hamtaro has been a part of my life since I was a small child. I think it was one of the first TV shows that I used to watch back when it was on Cartoon Network in the early 2000s, and it was really cool to be able to talk at length about a game. I don't know. I just felt super cool because Evan's usually the one doing that, and now I get to be here talking about my games that I know probably more than I should about.
It made it more enjoyable because I knew about as much about that game as you knew about all the other ones.
Yeah, I was so happy to share that with you all, and I got to say, it was such a different experience being in the driving seat of the commentary, because I really felt like I had to be on the ball, making sure I was giving context for things and giving enough exposition to help you all understand, but not too much that I was overriding it. It really took a lot of focus, and I don't feel like I was able to be as crazy as I would when I'm just in the passenger seat. But it was cool. I'm really thankful to have had that opportunity for the Hamtaro games.
Yeah, I'm
Heartbreak, also one of our top commentaries, in my opinion.
I'm glad that you were able to do that too. Also, I just want to say a couple other things. Firstly, we met our quota. It wouldn't have been a Smash Team Games retrospective if someone hadn't burped.
Hell yeah!
It wasn't me.
It was me.
Deal.
And
the other thing, I still, to this day, think it's interesting that the person who often talks about how she's never played a game in her life has
never have
3 games, and Gabe hasn't done any.
Woo!
He has the means of doing so. He just has to, actually fucking do it.
Oh, got so much work. But yeah, you're
right. So... yeah, okay, so what I'm going to do now is, I'm going to ask a few questions that we're all going to answer. The first, I guess Gabe already answered this anyway, but what was your, what's your favorite, what was your favorite memory working on Smash Team games?
Yes, I already answered.
You did already answer?
Yes.
Wait, remind me, which one did you say?
What?
The Kirby's Return to Dreamland trip.
The beach trip, yeah.
Oh, yeah. And for me, I mean, I hate to say this, but it was definitely the Japan trip, even though that wasn't on recording. None of you experienced that. Gabe didn't even experience it. I wasn't even there. I didn't even have a body.
I guess that technically counts as a Smash Team Games. Well, no, actually it does. It does out of technicality because we tried to record Mario Party 4, but since Gabe wasn't there, we had to do it with the CPU, and the CPU won, and I was so mad that I deleted the file.
I liked playing Mario Kart. That was fun. That was definitely a highlight.
Yeah, actually, you know, I'm gonna bring up the Mario Kart playthrough. That is probably the most fun I've had with all of you guys on this show.
I honestly, yeah, if we're talking about between the four of us, yeah, Mario Kart.
Mario Kart. Wait, that's a joke I have with Will, not you guys.
Yeah.
So
yeah, Will doesn't exist.
Yeah, so okay. My next question is what is your favorite running gag on Smash Team Games?
Oh.
Or actually, it doesn't even have to be a running gag, just favorite gag in general.
Fuck.
So many good ones.
Carrie, go first. I want to think.
I think it's the one where I say I've never played a video game or I'm not a gamer, and then Gabe gets so enraged that his vein pop out and he comes over and he launches me into orbit every time.
This is true. I do it every time without fail. I just now did it because she did it earlier. No.
I like how we compromise by determining that I'm in fact a half gamer.
Except you played Kirby's Return to Dreamland, so you're no longer a half gamer.
Oh right,
so
the beach trip was my evolution into a full gamer. Even though I've never played a video game.
Is there like a specific like a specific joke, like not necessarily like one that's like a running gag, but like just in general that like you've like you have a favorite for?
Yeah, I got a couple. Two of them I haven't done in a while. Coincidentally, it's the Big Getty Star joke that I did twice during the final episodes of Majora's Mask and something else. But they were like recorded at two completely different times, which just happened to air at the very end of those commentaries. A stupid fucking cooler joke.
Because was it in both? That you said they uploaded around the same time?
Yeah.
So it was Paper Mario was the other one then?
Yeah. Another favorite running joke I have is whenever there's like anything that resembles a tornado is of course Tango Man's Tornado Hold. Always a classic. Always a classic.
Tornado Hold! Come on, touchy!
And the big spinnies.
The spin.
Yeah, on the note of Mega Man.
Oh god, also, I think as a more recent one, the fucking Y-Piss was so fucking funny.
Guys, that won't have gone up yet. That won't have gone up yet.
Really? So,
I guess just look forward to
we can't talk about the context. They have to experience it themselves.
But the Y-Piss was such like a gut reaction. Like kind of like the Bustovich thing, where it I just said it. I just didn't think about it, and it was so fucking funny.
I think it was me who said that one, actually.
Was it you who said the white piss?
I don't know.
Because like he was already like had a regular piss attack before that.
That's true. Either way, the white piss absolutely destroyed me.
You guys are in for a treat.
That whole thing is basically like that stick figure comment that's like, hey, watch how hard I can piss.
Yeah.
Exactly what that was. I think probably if I had to pick, I can't choose a single favorite joke, but it's likely, if I went through all my playlist of my favorite Smash Team Games episodes, likely something Will said. Also, fairly straight guy who likes to suck a good cock every once in a while.
I was gonna bring that up, because Will was like looking at like the Craigslist personals, and that came up, and Dave laughed for 2 minutes straight.
Oh my gosh.
There was
something in one of the Hamtaro episodes, the Ham Heartbreak, I think it was, where I laughed for like a billion years right at the end, and I wish I could remember what it was.
Yeah, so some jokes that particularly stand out to me, mostly because of how, like, the reactions that came out of them, but honestly just the jokes in general, is first off, when I just completely... No, it wasn't even under my breath, but it was something that just kind of came out of nowhere. It was just in Bloodstained Part 3, when we defeated the gold guy, and all like his big stash of treasure just turns into a bunch of skulls, and I'm just like, the gold was bones this whole time.
Oh my gosh, that was so funny.
So like there's that. There's again, Craigslist personals. I am like from Hamtaro, Ham Heartbreak.
Yeah.
When the two hamsters that we saved their relationship, they're standing on like this carpet that just has hearts on it, and Will's just like, dude, is there fuck Matt?
Ham Heartbreak, that was one of the best. Okay, I remember the part that I laughed really hard at what Will said. I think we all did. It was when he talked about like his phone or somebody's phone vibrating in their butt because it was stapled to their prostate. Oh, that's right.
Oh, actually, if we're going to talk about
episode
Hamtaro
8.
moments, when Carrie said, I'm going to knock her up.
Oh my gosh, and then we heard my friend laughing in the other room for like 2 minutes straight.
That's true.
and of course...
the ham chats.
Oh, yeah, our Smash Team Games ham chat dictionary.
Yes, we just coined so many ham chat words.
It's like 4 pages long at this point. I'm still adding to it as the Rainbow Rescue commentary is coming out.
Yeah, so another one. A lot of things that happen in Monogatari really stick with me too.
Yeah, I became the Pope. I became the first female non-Catholic
That
Pope.
first part of Monogatari is honestly probably our strongest individual episode ever.
I would have to agree with that. Absolutely.
Yeah. Also, just everything that we did with Scaterdora.
Yes.
The Giga Kick.
Oh man.
There was just a lot to react to in that game, and I'm really happy we did it. Also, like, this isn't so much like a joke, but I also just like the sheer shock in my face when I saw how significantly better our Touhou videos would do than anything else on the channel.
I know, it makes me wish I was funnier on Touhou videos.
Technically, some of the very early Mother 2 stuff has the most views, but the reason for that is because those videos ended up somehow, without my permission, getting hosted on reproduction cartridge websites.
Oh, funny.
Funny.
So...
Well, that's another good joke.
But yeah, like, aside from those, and actually the first part of Mario Party 8 for some reason, Touhou 6 is our most viewed video. Touhou 6 Part 1.
Wow.
And followed by Monogatari Part 1, actually.
Half of
80% of those views
me.
are Carrie's.
Yeah, I was going to say at least half of those are mine.
I'd imagine, like, a good chunk of them might come from, like, clicking the little tag that I put at the end of my review video for that playlist, too. Since that video did better than I was expecting it to, but okay. So next one, favorite commentary.
Hamtaro, Ham Heartbreak.
Ham Heartbreak's a strong one.
Second place, Sonic Mania.
Favorite commentary.
Sorry, actually, I want to chime in with one more running gag that I'll just never
Gabe
get tired of.
Yeah.
And it's Knuckles, the Ghost Exterminator.
Ghost.
The Ghost Switch.
Man, favorite Let's Play would have to be probably, like Carrie said, Sonic Mania. Both times were actually really strong.
We actually did three.
Three times because I forgot Mania Plus. Mania Plus, I forgot.
Encore mode.
Encore, yeah. Or probably Ham Heartbreak also. And then, like, I guess as a like honorable mention, probably the Mario Kart one, Mario Kart 8.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably an honorable mention there.
If I just limit it to, like, regular commentaries and not live stuff, my favorites are probably again Ham Heartbreak, Monogatari,
That was so good.
Monogatari, Big Kindergarten Kids.
Yeah,
and
that's an honorable mention for me.
Bloodstained Curse of the Moon.
that'd be 4th place for me. Yeah,
Because
so
Bloodstained
that's up there
Curse of
too.
the Moon is just like one of those playthroughs where there's like a really fucking good bit in every part. And I love how like
Yeah, it's
over half of the
consistent.
bosses, like the moment where like we had a good nickname for them. Like not just a nickname, a good nickname for them.
Yeah. That was a really consistent playthrough in terms of quality content.
Absolutely.
Because the Hand Heartbreak, I think, took a couple of parts to really get going, but it's so worth it if you can get through those and figuring out what's going on and kind of getting our bearings. But we started strong, with the Monogatari one, but also with the Bloodstained Curse of the Moon.
Yeah, Monogatari is a lot like I feel like our strengths with Monogatari are about the same as the strengths with Hamtaro Ham Heartbreak. It's just that with Monogatari, like the strengths were right out the gate, where it took a few parts with. And I think it's also interesting because those two commentaries were uploading at the same time.
Peak Smash Team games.
Peak Smash Team games, like actually probably. I also like really just enjoyed like the extra production values that I put into the mother commentaries.
Yeah, those were so good.
Like, if I were to go back and do them now, I probably would have like put even more work into them. Like one of these days, I want to. And I know I've already done Mother 2 twice, but I kind of want us to, like, do the whole Mother trilogy again one of these days.
Jesus.
I would be open to that. Because that's a game that I feel like or a series that I feel like I would need another playthrough to really take in everything.
Yeah, I feel like...
Because it was awesome, but I feel like I'd really soak in that awesomeness on a second time.
If we were to do another playthrough of the whole trilogy, that's probably going to be a few years off from now. Though I think in Mother 2's case it's worth it, especially because like they released another like we did Maternal Bound for the second playthrough, and Maternal Bound got an update a little while, like a couple of years back, that improves it even further. Like, it's got a run button, it's got all kinds of like quality of life improvements, just like it's just the definitive version of the game now. So that's one I'd like to. That's definitely, and like there are other ones that we could go. Like how about going through like the Genesis Sonic games, but Tails runs. We haven't done that yet.
Oh yeah, with the power of lock-on technology.
Power within.
What does Tails have to do with lock-on technology?
Isn't that the way you could... Oh wait, never mind. I'm thinking of the Knuckles in Sonic 2. Okay.
Yeah, you are. But actually, if I can actually find a way to smoothly record the Christian Whitehead remasters, I mean, aside from Sonic CD, because that's actually on console.
Yeah.
And it's easier to do now. I just don't have good means of recording PC games, because, like, with the decompilations out, I can do the Christian Whitehead remasters of Sonic 1 and 2. Gabe, I want you to get on those, actually. They're the best way to play those games.
That is.
The specifically the decompilations, like you need like an actual mobile file, but honestly, if you just like come to my place, I can like hook you up with all the files through like an external drive.
Oh,
since it's kind of a pain in the ass to set up otherwise. Just a little bit of a pain in the ass.
Yeah. A pain in the keister.
Anyway, so I think I've said all that I want to say about this. Like, just goddamn, it really has been 10 years.
It's been a decade.
I mean, it's been 8 for it. It's been like 7.5 for Carrie, but.
Evan, we're old.
10 years overall. God damn, I was 14 when Smash Team games started, and I'm 24 now.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I turned 22 in fucking 5 days.
Dude. You'll
6th.
be only 4 years younger than me instead of 5.
Wow. Great. This truly is a gangster's paradise.
Anyway, is there anything else you guys would like to say?
Food tangents are funny.
Food tangents
Chicken
fucking
quesadillas.
suck. Chicken is the best.
Food tangents are
Spaghetti sandwiches.
Spaghetti. That's what I should.
tangents
That's
are
another one I
funny.
should have listed during the bits, like the bits that we love, because that's another one of my favorites.
Well, there you go, spaghetti
Well,
sandwich.
good thing we're still
Spaghetti
recording.
sandwich. You know, the thing is, we'd be remembering that more often if Will were still here.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But I also haven't been to Subway in a while, so I don't fuck with no spag sandwiches no more.
Dessert bread.
Because it's so much sugar.
It is! There's so much sugar in it.
It's insane.
But it sure tastes good.
It does.
Why it does.
Yeah. So, yeah. Anything else we want to say?
Thanks for working hard, Evan.
Yeah, dude. I'm grateful that you want to keep going with this.
Yeah. Wow. One line
Sorry, you guys. I was about to tell you this is our last Smash Team Games episode.
I wasn't expecting that, but I'm glad to hear it because like it is important to know. Like everyone, like you look at a fucking Let's Play and like you probably think, oh, it's so easy. It's just talking over a video game. But no.
I see how much work you put into it. It's a lot.
You have to record the game, edit the files so that they're like smooth. You have to you have to schedule consistent commentary, and like you have to make sure that you work on it consistently enough that you can actually keep the consistent upload schedule going. It is hard work to keep the ship afloat, and it's honestly probably compromised my work on my main channel a little bit. Probably just a little bit, but you know what? I don't care because I like working on this.
Plus, you're still also pumping out Smash World, so it's not like you're exactly
that should actually be re-entering production pretty soon.
Yeah. Look forward to it, you chags. It'll probably also be out by the time it have.
I don't think so.
Oh, did it?
Well, because like a couple of the voice actors won't be able to actually get the be able to get their lines in until January. But yeah. So anyway, yeah, I think that's it. Anyway, if you listen to this the whole way through, first off, I hope it was good background noise while you were doing your fucking taxes or something.
Taxes.
But
fucking April. God damn it.
Actually, wait, yeah, this goes up on January 1st. You're not doing taxes yet.
No taxes.
But like, just for whatever you were doing, like, I hope it was good background, and like, you know, I hope that you've enjoyed sticking with us for all this time. Smash Team Games isn't going anywhere just yet. There are times where I have thought of wrapping it up, but no, as of right now, we're not going anywhere.
I just like doing this for the sake of doing it. No other goal than pure enjoyment.
We're just gonna keep trucking until we decide, goddamn. Actually, no, I think I know when we're gonna end, and it's when one of us decides that we don't want to do it anymore because
one of us dies.
Yeah,
that's technically also a scenario in which that can happen.
Smash team in our 60s.
So like, say, yeah, like so like, because like honestly, like losing Will was a hit, but you know, like we could keep going with that. But I feel like
we'll reel him back in.
But I feel like if we were to lose somebody else, like that probably be like where I would say, yeah, this is it, time to wrap it up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because you all know those channels that it's like it's about time for you to wrap up, but they just won't do it.
Yeah.
Unless they're doing it for pure enjoyment too, and if that's the case, good on them.
I mean, yeah, that's true. But I mean, like, I don't know. I feel like, for example, like, say Gabe leaves. I'm not sure that Carrie and I could hold up a commentary by ourselves.
We need somebody who's...
Gabe has energy. We don't.
Energetic, yeah.
I mean, I have energy when I'm around Gabe, but that's because Gabe channels that energy that is dormant otherwise. Especially when I'm talking to Carrie, who is the most chill person I know.
Except for when I get a blow-up bat in my hands.
I'm sorry, what? Oh, right.
When she gets the blow-up bat. I am a siphon. You were able to sap the energy out of me, and I will continuously give... Remember when Android 19 was trying to drain Vegeta of all the energy? And he's like, "You want the energy, huh? Sure, take it." That's me, but I'm not Android 19. I'm Vegeta. I have limitless
activating
energy.
dodge protocol.
Why is dodging a subroutine? What?
So,
what?
Yeah, we've let this go on long enough now. Anyway, Yeah, I'm just so happy that we've been able to keep this going for this long. Because, like, 10 years, again, like, that's how you know that we're committed to it.
Long time.
A long time.
Yeah.
A lot can happen in that amount of time. And a lot has happened in that amount of time.
Absolutely. So, with that in mind, yeah. Anyway, we're just going to keep on trucking along. And here's to another 10 years. We'll see you guys next time. As I said at the end of the Touhou video and probably the other video that went up last. Well, actually, no. Actually, no, I got that confused. So basically what's next is Bloodstained Curse of the Moon 2 and Touhou videos.
Yes.
So I hope you look forward to those. And until then, this is Smash Dim Games signing off.
Bye-bye.
Bye.